It happens when you're alone, late at night. You think it's lust, but it's not. It's emptiness. It creeps in quietly. When the world's asleep, when the notifications stop, and all that's left is you in the silence. You start scrolling, looking for something, but you're not even sure what. Her face, her body, her story. They feel like answers, but you know better. Because when it's over, when the video ends, when the orgasm fades, when she stops replying, you're still left with that ache in your chest, the one you can't name, the one that feels like hunger, but isn't. This isn't about sex. This is about the lie you've been telling yourself. You don't want her, you want out. Out of your head, out of your pain, out of the mirror you keep avoiding. Because if you really listen, you'd realize the voice whispering for release is actually crying for meaning. Let's talk about what you think is desire and why it never satisfies. You tell yourself it's just physical, just a release, just a natural urge. But if that were true, why does it come with shame? Why does it feel like a hollow victory every time you cave? You don't close your laptop and feel whole. You don't leave her bed and feel complete. You feel quieter, not peaceful, just numbed. Because deep down, you know, it's not her you're craving, it's yourself. Before the world told you to abandon him, the man who once dreamed, the man who once had fire behind his eyes. He didn't need lust to feel alive. He was life. Now, you use women like anesthesia to dull the pain of becoming someone you barely recognize. And the worst part, it works. But only for a moment. It's not just about lust, it's about loneliness. But that word feels too vulnerable. So you reach for a stronger one, desire. It sounds better, more masculine, less broken. But it's not desire, it's displacement. You're not horny, you're haunted by your own silence, by your unprocessed pain, by the parts of yourself you've locked away behind a scroll, a DM, or a body you'll never call again. Lust gives you an illusion of connection, but the moment it's over, you fall right back into the void. And now it's deeper, because now you've tasted closeness again. Without the safety to stay there, she wants you, or at least she responds. And for a second, your chest expands. You feel tall, powerful, validated. But that's the high you're really chasing. Being wanted, not loved, not seen, just wanted. It's a cheap substitute for worth, but it's available and predictable. And when you're in survival mode, you don't chase what's real. You chase what's available. You confuse attraction with connection, attention with intimacy, sex with worth. But nothing is more dangerous to a man's soul than being admired by people who don't know him. Because he'll start building an identity around being desired. Not being honest. Let's talk porn. Not to shame you, but to show you how the loop works. You feel low, disconnected, invisible. So you open the tab, and suddenly you're seen. Every woman on that screen looks like she wants you. You're in control, powerful, desired, until it ends. And you feel smaller than ever. Not because you're weak, but because the illusion is gone. And now you're left with the truth. You don't feel connected to yourself. You don't need more porn. You need presence. You need to come back to your body, your breath, your purpose. But here's the brutal truth. You can't reach that state when your nervous system is hijacked by dopamine and shame. This isn't about quitting porn. It's about reclaiming your clarity. Because as long as you're numb, you'll keep mistaking pain for pleasure. Let's say you get her, the one you've been fantasizing about. She comes over, you touch, you move, you release. Then what? If there's no meaning behind it, no depth, no connection, no truth, it feels like winning a game you don't even want to play anymore. And that's what most modern sex is, performance. We don't make love, we perform love. We play roles, scripts, all while hiding the parts of us that actually need to be held. You think she's craving your body, she's craving presence, and so are you. But you can't give her what you haven't found in yourself. You're not addicted to her. You're addicted to disappearing. from your own unprocessed emptiness. You can't suppress it. You've tried. White-knuckling your way through the urges, deleting apps, locking tabs, cold showers. But lust doesn't go away by force. It transforms through awareness. Because lust at its root is a call for union, not just with another person, but with the parts of yourself you've disowned. You don't need to kill the desire. You need to redeem it, bring it home, and ask yourself, what am I really craving right now? Usually, it's not sex, it's certainty, peace, rest, a sense that you're okay, even if no one wants you tonight. That kind of stability doesn't come from another body. It comes from integrity, the ability to sit with your hunger and not sell yourself to silence it. That's where power lives. Healing isn't about becoming a monk. It's about becoming honest. It's looking at the part of you that's hungry for women and realizing he just wants to be held, not physically, but emotionally, spiritually. He wants to know he's enough even when no one's watching, even when no one's texting, even when the room is silent. So you stop outsourcing your worth. You stop handing out fragments of your soul for the chance to feel whole for 5 minutes, and instead, you come back to yourself fully. You feel the ache. You breathe through it. You don't run. And in that stillness, something powerful happens. The lust dies down, and what's left is clarity. There's a new kind of man emerging. He still feels desire, but he isn't ruled by it. He doesn't chase. Not because he doesn't care, but because he knows his energy is sacred. He doesn't seek quantity, he seeks quality of thought, of connection, of experience. He walks differently, talks slower, feels deeper. He doesn't need validation because he knows where he's going. And when women meet him, they feel it, not in his words, but in his presence. He's the man that doesn't flinch when she pulls away. He's the man that doesn't beg for attention. He's the man that makes her question every boy who came before him because he doesn't operate from lack. He operates from alignment. You are not here to be a performer. You're here to be whole. And wholeness doesn't mean perfection. It means you don't abandon yourself anymore. You don't trade your peace for a quick hit. You don't hand your power over to people who don't know what to do with it. You're allowed to feel desire, but you're also allowed to ask, does this serve the man I'm becoming? That's where real discipline lives. Not in shame, not in self-hate, but in discernment. You stop asking, can I get her? And you start asking, is she aligned with my peace? Because anything that costs you your clarity is too expensive now. You're not broken, you're unconscious. And the moment you become aware of your patterns, your needs, your ache, everything changes. You don't escape anymore. You face it. You hold the hunger with open hands. You stop reacting to it. You start listening to it. And eventually, that late night spiral, it becomes a signal, not to scroll, not to text her, not to numb, but to return to your body, to your breath, to your path. You don't need to chase anymore. You choose now. Final words, spoken calmly and slowly. It's not lust. It never was. It was the boy inside you, still waiting for someone to show him he's enough. Be that someone. Not through more sex, not through more scrolling, but through stillness, through truth, through you. If this message resonated with you, it's time to reclaim your energy. Become the man who no longer chases, because he doesn't have to. If you're ready to think sharper, feel deeper, and move with power, subscribe to the channel. We don't chase here. We become. Welcome to the Quiet Edge.